Big breaking news is AH has decided to fire Elaine. That's right. And not only is she firing Elaine, but she is essentially blaming her for her loss in the media. I mean, this is crazy. We're talking about the one lawyer that is tirelessly campaigned for AH. Before the trial, she was her PR team. She went out and did dozens and dozens of interviews. Anytime something would come up, she would do damage control. During the trial, she was the attack dog. She tried to destroy people. That's myself included. She went after me as well. Then, in the aftermath, she did dozens of interviews. She attacked the judge, the jury, the court. Heck, they even went after the stenographer. What's her reward? Oh, she gets blamed for the loss. She gets kicked to the curb. Yep, that's AH's MO. You and I, we're going to talk about this stuff today, too. Buckle up. The appeals process, it looks like it's going to be fun times. Oh, man, fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And the bombshell in this isn't just the firing of Elaine, but the way that it's presented. You can tell they're blaming Elaine for the loss in court. Remember, they're going to keep Ben Rottenborn on too. So they're going to talk about things like different representation. We got a different court. We need different lawyers, but they're not going with different lawyers. They're canning one lawyer. They're canning this lawyer publicly. And like I said, this lawyer is the one that has tirelessly gone out, has tirelessly advocated for AH, but that's always the way that this stuff goes. Anyone that advocates for her, whether that's friends, whether that's colleagues, those people, they're always unceremoniously thrown under the bus because everyone is to blame when their uselessness expires except for AH. She is never to blame for anything. Now, this statement here, this comes to us from a spokesperson for AH. I can imagine which spokesperson this is, by the way. But this is being broken, by the way, by Anjanette Levy. Props to her. Listen to this here. The spin on it, it is something. When it comes to protecting the fundamental right of free speech, I love, by the way, they always start with this idea of free speech. They love it unless they're trying to shut down YouTubers, get you to monetize, demonize JD or any other people. Then it's not freedom of speech. But we look at the jury's decision. Now notice this. This is AH telling you she will never, ever quit. To paraphrase a famous quote, not quote as the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. So again, they're not telling you the appeals process, that's the beginning of the end. They're telling you, we're not done. We're not done by a long shot. This is only the end of the beginning. As I've been telling people, she's not going to quit. This is a new chapter here. They are going after anyone they can blame for the loss. And well, look, they're going to throw Elaine under the bus. A different court warrants different representation. And again, that's interesting because different representation doesn't mean canning the entire team. It means canning Elaine. And again, doing this very publicly, particularly as so much new evidence is now coming to light. New evidence. That's fascinating considering their quote-unquote new evidence or unsealed documents. There is nothing new that is coming out. You're not allowed to present anything new, by the way. But hey, they can spin it any way that they want. Now, what makes this even better is that there's an article put out by AH's PR. And if you think about this, you have Rottenborn on and the new company. I don't want to butcher their name, so I'll just go with their initials, BS. So you have Rottenborn and BS as the counsel. So AH has hired BS as her lead appellate counsel in preparation to file appeal June 1st, 2022 defamation trial verdict. Led by, you can see the names of the people here, the pair successfully defended the New York Times against Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit earlier this year. Yeah, of course they would try to pull it aside criticize this. They could pull out all types of stuff, I am sure, but hey, why not put something out there that we can spin politically? Because you might not like that person. Jay has been representing journalists, news organizations, documentary filmmakers, and other speakers in First Amendment cases for 30 years. David is a former federal prosecutor and first chair trial lawyer who represents companies and individuals in high-stakes civil litigation. This is what they have to say here. We welcome the opportunity to represent AH in this appeal, as it is a case with important First Amendment implications for every American. Yeah, you folks should try to shut us down every single time we talk about it. You want to change the landscape itself, going out after politicians to make it where we can't see what's going on, but First Amendment, right? We're confident that the appellate court will apply the law properly without deference to popularity, reverse the judgment against AH, and reaffirm the fundamental principles of free speech. I mean, that's a nice little spin on this. But yeah, that's not going to happen at all. Now, as far as that spin we saw before, new representation, well, this bottom paragraph tells you all you need to know about what that truly means. Ben Rottenborn, you can see, where he's with, will continue to represent AH as co-counsel, while Elaine, she is going to be quote-unquote stepping down. So again, Rottenborn, he is going to be kept on because he's not the one that AH blames at this time. It's funny too, she has kept up with media response, and when people, they were laughing at Elaine, they were saying so many things about her. I'm sure AH was tuning in. She was pointing her finger at Elaine saying, "You're responsible for this. I'm not. You are." And you could see evidence of that in the courtroom too. I mean, remember when Elaine got shut down by Camille Vasquez, when she was on the stand, remember how not only Elaine acted, she got really flustered about it, but remember how acted. She stomped out of the courtroom. She didn't even stop by the table. She kept going. And you saw interactions after that told you she still blamed Elaine. And like I said, Elaine, she has been the biggest advocate for that's out there. Rottenborn hasn't done any damage control whatsoever, hasn't tried to win back the court of public opinion, which is essentially AH's job, her livelihood. I mean, he's just sat on the sidelines collecting his check. Elaine, anything out there you could say about her? Elaine, she went out, she did all types of damage control. She went after everyone that wanted targeted. Like I said, jury, judge, the court itself. She has gone out and tirelessly attacked people. What's her reward for that? You're getting kicked to the curb, and you're getting it right there in the media. We're blaming you for everything. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. If you want to help out the channel in different ways too, there are links in the description. Share this everywhere as well. I mean, this is something. But yeah, you being here, that is a big help. Thank you. I appreciate you. End it here. See you soon.